Hello, hello, hello. We are now in module number 9, which is delivering persuasive messages. Also in this lecture, I'm going to be going over works cited tutorials so you can start working on that for your analytical report. So, delivering persuasive messages. Learning outcomes for this lecture is to develop effective outlines and appeals for messages that persuade. So we've gone over positive messages, neutral messages, negative messages, and now we're doing persuasive messages. Write effective sales messages because you're persuading someone to make a purchase. Write effective persuasive requests, making a claim or asking for a favor or information, and persuasion within an organization. So we use the inductive sequence. So we've gone over the deductive sequence. Now this is the inductive sequence, which is attention, interest, desire, and action. So in paragraph 1, you want to gain the reader's attention. The attention getter should achieve the following important objectives. Introduce a relationship between the receiver and the product, service, or idea. Focus on a central selling feature. Use an original approach. So be creative with this. Paragraph number 2 is to generate interest. Effective introduction of the product, service, or idea requires the message to be cohesive, action-oriented, and to continue to stress on a central selling point. Paragraph 3, creating desire. Present and interpret factual evidence. Be objective, include testimonials, guarantees, and enclosures. Subordinate the price. Now remember, with the testimonials, you don't want to put in some huge long testimonial. You want to keep it short and sweet. Paragraph 4 is to motivate action. So make the action clear and simple to complete. Restate the reward for taking action. Provide an incentive for quick action. Ask confidently for an action. So maybe an incentive would be a discount. Act now and you get $20 off. I don't know, whatever it is. Here's an example. You guys will probably want to zoom in on this because it's kind of hard to read right here. But this is an example of a persuasive letter. You have your proper heading, date, who you're sending it to. You have your proper closing, and you have your main paragraphs there. So there are 6 principles of persuasion. So remember this for your quizzes and remember this for your written exams. The 6 principles of persuasion is reciprocity, scarcity, authority, commitment and consistency, consensus, and liking. So the mutual expectation for exchange, I don't know why I have such problems with this word. Do you guys ever have a word where it's just kind of hard to say? Reciprocity. Okay. I'm sure you guys are all getting a laugh on this right now. The mutual expectation for exchange of value or service builds trust and the relationship. If you are in customer service and go out of your way to meet the customer's need, you are appealing to the principle of reciprocity with the knowledge that all humans perceive the need to reciprocate. In this case, by increasing the likelihood of making a purchase from you because you were especially helpful. Scarcity, the perception of inadequate supply or limited resource. You want what you can't have. For a sales representative, scarcity may be a key selling point. The particular car, theater tickets, a pair of shoes you're considering may be sold by someone else if you delay making a decision. So that's scarcity. Authority, trust is central to the purchase decision. Educate your customers to reveal your expertise to gain credibility. Referencing experts and expertise. Knowledge of a product, field, trends in the field, even research can make a salesperson more effective. So really knowing your product or service. Commitment and consistency. Oral communication can be slippery in memory. What we said at one moment or another, unless recorded, can be hard to recall. If we write it down or if we sign something, we are more likely to follow through. Writing down notes in front of a customer can appeal to the principle of commitment and consistency and bring the social norm of honoring one's word to the point of purchase. It also shows that you're a good listener and you really care about the person and their needs and you want to provide a solution for their issues. Consensus involves the tendency of the individual to follow the lead of the group or peers. Testimonials can be highly persuasive. If everybody else thinks the product is great, it must be great. Liking involves a perception of safety and belonging in communication. We tend to be attracted to people who communicate to us that they like us and who make us feel good about ourselves. We are drawn to people who are like us or who we perceive ourselves to be, and often make those judgments based on external characteristics like dress, age, sex, race, ethnicity. So to learn more about the 6 principles here of persuasion, here's a Google Doc you can click on, and here's a couple of websites where I highly recommend you guys go to this for additional resources. I'm not going to click on them here in the lecture. Okay, so moving on to works cited tutorials, and this is going to be step 2 of your analytical report. So what's works cited? It may be more than 1 page, depending on how much research you cited in your report. All graphics and charts needs to be sourced, as well as any information in your report that clearly came from a source, so such as the detailed school or MBA information. If it's detailed information that is not common knowledge, you should cite where that information came from. Your works cited does not count toward your page count, okay? So remember that. It's additional. Also, if you have any statistics or numbers, it needs to be cited with a source. So here's kind of an example of a work cited. You can click on this link here to get more information. The works cited lists your research sources for this report. You should have a minimum of 6 sources. You're more than likely going to have a lot more though. Sources will come from 2 primary areas. 1, the school websites. That's going to be your main source there. Here you can find research to support criteria points such as cost, caliber, and convenience. And 2, school comparison websites. For example, US News and World Report's annual MBA comparison. If you do a Google search on MBA comparisons or MBA rankings, you will find many sources to use. So here is how to write MLA works cited tutorials. So you can watch these 2 videos to learn more on works cited. There's a citations creator on how to create your citations. Resource page for assignment. Okay, so that's where you click on here. Also, if you guys are still having issues with this, please contact the library on campus. You can do it via Zoom, email, or I think you can go in person now. Please use the Writing Center at the library. Please, please, please. It's a free resource. It's for you guys to use. It will make your writing so much better, okay? I highly recommend that, especially if you're really serious about your grade here and you really want to learn how to write better. Okay, so Module 9 assignments are Check-in 5, which is book recommendation, Discussion 8, and Quiz 7 on persuasive messages.